The jungle was alive with strange noises. Birds screeched, leaves rustled, and the wind whispered secrets through the tall trees. A young explorer walked carefully, his boots sinking slightly into the damp earth. His heart raced, not from fear of the jungle itself, but from something deeper, something he couldn't yet see. As he moved forward, he noticed a flicker of color between the trees. He froze. "Hello," he called softly, his voice shaking slightly. Silence answered him. At first, then came a series of strange, high-pitched giggles. The sound made his skin crawl. From the shadows, a group of creatures emerged. They were small, with elongated heads and glowing eyes. Their skin shimmered in shades of green and blue, and they wore tight suits that seemed to pulse with light. They stared at him, their heads tilting in mock curiosity. "Look at him," one hissed in a language he didn't understand, yet somehow he understood the meaning. A human, lost and weak. Another alien laughed, pointing at him. "He thinks he belongs here. How funny," the explorer swallowed hard. I'm just passing through. I mean no harm." The aliens circled him slowly, their movements almost too smooth to be natural. The air felt heavier, as if the jungle itself was holding its breath. He could hear their whispers, sharp and mocking. "You cannot understand," the first one said, its voice like glass breaking. "This place is not for humans. You should leave." "I will," he replied, though part of him was curious. He had always been drawn to mysteries, and these creatures were the most mysterious thing he had ever seen. He could feel his heart pounding, but his eyes caught something unusual, a faint metallic glimmer deep within the thick bushes. The aliens noticed him looking. "Stop staring," one said sharply. "You will regret it." He took a cautious step closer to the bushes, ignoring their warning. Something about that glimmer called to him. The closer he got, the more he realized it was not a normal reflection. It was structured, precise, like metal crafted by hands far smarter than his. "You are brave, or foolish," the first alien said. Its eyes narrowed, studying him with intensity. Perhaps both. The explorer's curiosity overpowered his fear. "What is this place?" he asked. "Why are you here?" The aliens exchanged quick glances, as if debating whether to answer. Finally, the one in front spoke. "This place hides things humans should not see. You should not see it either." He looked around, realizing that the jungle seemed different now. Shadows moved where there should be none. Leaves twisted in unnatural ways. Even the air smelled strange, almost metallic. The faint glimmer in the bushes seemed to pulse, like it was alive. "I won't hurt anyone," he said, raising his hands. "I just want to explore." The aliens laughed again, a sound that made him shiver. "Explore," one said mockingly. "You call this exploring? Humans are weak. You cannot survive here. Leave now, or—" Before they could finish, a sudden sound cut through the air. A deep, metallic clang echoed from the distance, vibrating. Through the ground, all the aliens froze. Their glowing eyes turned toward the source, their previous arrogance replaced with caution. "What was that?" the explorer whispered. His pulse quickened. The aliens didn't answer. Instead, they retreated slightly, whispering urgently to one another. The explorer felt a thrill of fear and excitement. Something was out there, something big and powerful, and he was the only human who had seen it. One of the aliens stepped forward again, pointing a long, slender finger at him. "You are not ready. Turn back," it warned. "Do not go further. You will regret it." I can't," he said, his voice firm now, though his hands trembled. "I have to see it." The alien's eyes flashed dangerously, but it did not move. Instead, it muttered something to the others, and they all vanished into the shadows, leaving him alone. The jungle returned to its normal sounds, but the metallic glimmer still pulsed faintly. The explorer approached slowly. His mind raced with Questions. What was hidden here? Why had the aliens been so protective? And what was that strange sound, like metal, moving in the heart of the jungle? He knelt and pushed aside some thick vines. The metallic glimmer grew brighter, revealing a smooth surface covered in strange symbols. He traced the patterns with his fingers. They were unlike anything he had seen before, mechanical yet organic, alien yet familiar. A rustling noise made him freeze. He looked up to see a shadow moving high above the trees. His heart skipped a beat. Was it another alien or something else entirely? The jungle felt alive now, each movement sending a shiver down his spine. Yet, despite the fear, he could not step back. His hands brushed against the metal again, and a faint vibration ran through his fingers, as if it were acknowledging him. The alien's laughter echoed faintly in his mind, mocking and warning him at the same time. But now he felt a surge of courage. Whatever this was, he was determined to uncover it. He had no idea what secrets the jungle held, but he knew one thing. He had stumbled onto something extraordinary. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the jungle floor, the explorer took a deep breath and stepped closer. The glimmering metal seemed to hum, and the sound he had heard earlier grew louder, closer. He whispered to himself, "I have to know what's really here." And with that, he took a final step forward, not knowing that this small movement would lead him into a mystery far beyond anything he had ever imagined. The jungle fell silent, the shadows thickened, and his adventure, was only just beginning. The explorer pushed the thick vines aside and stepped into a small clearing. The metallic glimmer he had seen before was clearer now, reflecting faint sunlight in strange, shifting patterns. He knelt closer, brushing dirt from the surface. The metal was smooth, almost cold to the touch, but it pulsed softly, as if alive. "What is this?" he whispered to himself, leaning in. Symbols covered the metal, twisting lines and shapes that seemed to move when he looked at them. He traced them slowly, feeling a strange vibration under his fingers. It was as if the object recognized him, inviting him to explore further. A sudden rustle behind him made him spin around. Two of the aliens from before stood at the edge of the clearing, their glowing eyes sharp and suspicious. "You were warned," one said, its voice low and dangerous. "Do not touch that. Leave now." "I can't," the explorer said, standing his ground. "I need to know what it is. I need to understand." The aliens exchanged glances. One stepped closer, but before it could speak, a loud metallic clang rang through the trees. The sound was deep, echoing, and it vibrated through the ground. Both the explorer and the aliens froze. "What was that?" the explorer asked, heart racing. The first alien's glow flickered. Something has moved. You must leave, now." But the explorer could not. His curiosity burned brighter than his fear. "I have to see. I can't turn back now." He crept toward the source of the glimmer. The metal stretched further into the bushes than he had first realized. Vines hung thickly, but something underneath seemed large, mechanical, and hidden. He carefully pulled aside more of the leaves, revealing the edge of a strange surface, smooth and silver, unlike anything he had seen in the jungle. "It's huge," he breathed, stepping back to take it all in. The sunlight reflected off the surface, showing faint shapes of panels and symbols, some glowing faintly. What could it be? "You cannot understand," one of the aliens said, voice shaking slightly. "This place is not for humans. You will regret it." I'm ready to take the risk," the explorer replied, trying to steady his voice. He reached out, brushing his hand against the surface again. The vibration pulsed stronger this time, almost like a heartbeat. He could feel it through his fingers, and a strange warmth spread up his arm. Suddenly, the ground shook lightly. Leaves rustled violently, and the distant metallic clang sounded again, closer this time. The explorer jumped back. "It's moving!" he whispered. The aliens hissed and drew back. "You must leave!" one shouted. "You do not know what you are touching!" But the explorer could not stop. His heart pounded with excitement. This isn't just metal. It's something alive, something powerful. As he stepped forward, part of the surface shifted slightly under his touch. A small panel slid open, revealing a dark interior. Inside, he could see strange shapes and machinery, faintly glowing lights, and controls unlike anything he had ever seen. "What is this place?" he muttered, leaning closer. He could hear the humming of energy, soft at first, then stronger, almost like it was breathing. The aliens panicked. "No! Step back!" one screamed. "You don't understand! You cannot touch it!" Ignoring them, the explorer crouched and peered inside. The interior was vast, more than he expected. He could see complex panels, levers, and glowing screens with symbols that seemed alive. Something deep inside the jungle hummed in response to his presence, as if recognizing him. Then, a faint sound of movement came from inside the machine. It was slow at first, then quickened, almost like gears turning. The explorer's eyes widened. "It's not just a machine, it's alive," he whispered. The first alien stepped forward, trying to block his view. "No human has ever touched this. You cannot survive what comes next." But the explorer could not step back now. He touched another panel, and the machine vibrated more strongly. Light spread across the clearing, reflecting off the leaves and the alien skin, turning everything into strange, glowing colors. Suddenly, a small door on the machine opened, revealing a narrow staircase leading inside. A strange, cold wind blew, out carrying faint sounds of movement and something metallic scraping. The explorer's breath caught. "You shouldn't go in," one of the aliens warned, backing away. "You will wake it. You cannot control it." "I have to," the explorer said, voice firm. He looked at the aliens. "I'm not leaving without knowing the truth." With that, he stepped onto the staircase. The metal beneath his boots hummed, vibrating with energy. Each step echoed in the hollow interior. The aliens watched silently, their eyes wide with fear and disbelief. At the bottom of the stairs, he entered a chamber filled with strange machines. Screens glowed with unknown symbols, and the walls were covered in intricate patterns that pulsed softly. Something powerful was here, hidden for centuries, and now it had awakened just by his touch. The humming grew louder. A panel lit up, projecting a faint map of the surrounding jungle, marked with areas he could not recognize. He gasped. This shows everything, battles, movements, secrets," the aliens hissed again. "You shouldn't see this," one shouted. "You don't know what you have started." But the explorer was too focused. "It's a warship," he whispered, eyes wide. "Hidden here, in the jungle. They were hiding it from everyone. From me, and from the world. Aliens glanced at each other nervously. The explorer realized they weren't just mocking him before. They were guarding something far bigger than he could have imagined. A sudden rumble shook the chamber. Panels flickered. Something deep inside the machine shifted, almost like it was coming to life. The explorer's pulse raced. He felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. This is only the beginning," he whispered, stepping closer to the central control panel. The jungle outside seemed quiet now, but the hidden warship inside was stirring. The aliens did not move. They watched silently, their previous arrogance gone, replaced by caution. The explorer realized he had crossed a line. He was no longer just an observer. He had awakened something that had been hidden for ages, and the jungle seemed to hold its breath, waiting for what would come next. The explorer took a deep breath as he stepped fully into the hidden warship. The air inside was cool and metallic, carrying a faint hum that seemed alive. His boots echoed softly on the smooth floor, and the walls glowed faintly with symbols that pulsed like tiny stars. Every panel, every lever, seemed to whisper secrets of a time long forgotten. He walked slowly, his eyes scanning the massive room. Strange machinery lined the walls, some moving slightly on their own, as if adjusting to his presence. Lights flickered across the ceiling, casting shadows that danced like phantoms. He felt a shiver run down his spine, but his curiosity pushed him forward. "This is incredible," he whispered to himself. "What is all of this?" A soft sound made him turn. One of the aliens from before hovered near the entrance, glowing dimly in the low light. Its expression was unreadable, but its stance was cautious. "You should not be here," it said, voice low and warning. "You are touching things you cannot control." "I have to know," the explorer replied firmly. "This is not just a machine, it's something else, something alive." The alien tilted its head, as if measuring his determination. "You may survive, or you may awaken dangers you cannot escape." He ignored the warning. Ahead, a large doorway led to a massive chamber, its interior shadowed but glowing faintly with pulsing lights. He stepped inside and gasped. The warship's main hall was enormous, far bigger than the jungle outside suggested. Metallic surfaces stretched in every direction, and strange symbols glowed on the walls. At the center was a platform with a chair, surrounded by controls unlike anything he had ever seen. This is the control room," he whispered, moving closer. "It must be. Everything leads here." The alien floated behind him, watching silently. "This is forbidden," it murmured. "You are not ready." Ignoring the warning, he reached for a lever. The moment his fingers touched it, the entire room vibrated softly. Panels lit up, and a faint holographic display appeared above the control platform. Maps of the jungle with glowing markers he didn't understand floated in the air. Lines connected them, showing paths and zones he had never imagined existed. The explorer stepped back, eyes wide. "It's a warship," he whispered, "hidden in the jungle, with all of this inside. They've been hiding it for years." The alien hissed, moving closer. "You must leave now," it warned. "Do not activate it. You do not know the consequences." I can't just leave," the explorer said. His hands trembled slightly as he reached for another panel. Symbols shifted beneath his fingers, reacting to his touch. The hum of the warship grew stronger, like it was awakening from a long sleep. A low rumble came from deep inside the ship. He jumped back slightly, heart racing. The lights flickered, casting long, jagged shadows across the walls. What's happening?" he whispered. The alien's glow intensified, warning him urgently. "You've started it. The warship awakens only once every century. If it moves fully, the jungle itself will be affected. Turn back." The explorer hesitated, then shook his head. "I can't. I have to see this through." He stepped onto the platform and sat in the central chair. The moment he touched the controls, a surge of energy ran through his body, and the holographic maps expanded, showing more than the jungle, other locations, hidden zones, and strange moving dots he could not recognize. This is incredible," he whispered, eyes wide. "It knows everything." A sudden noise made him jump. The warship's walls shuddered, and the symbols on the panels flashed rapidly. He looked up to see the alien floating closer, eyes glowing brighter. "You cannot control it," it said, voice sharp. "This is not your world. You are human. Step back." "I can do this," he said, more to himself than the alien. "I can understand it. I just need to learn." The warship hummed louder, vibrating under his hands. Panels and levers moved slightly on their own, reacting to his touch. A faint mechanical voice, almost like a whisper, echoed through the chamber. "Access granted," it said. The explorer's eyes widened. It's responding to me?" "Yes," the alien said, voice low and urgent. "You have been chosen, or cursed. The warship senses your mind. But beware, it tests everyone who sits here. Many humans failed." The explorer swallowed hard. Tests? What kind of tests? The alien shook its head. You will see. The first trial is survival. The second is understanding. Few survive both. The room trembled again. Panels flashed, and a soft light projected from the walls, showing strange patterns across the floor. The explorer felt a pull, like the Warship was inviting him deeper into its secrets. He could feel knowledge brushing against his mind, information he did not yet understand. This is beyond anything I imagined, he whispered. It's not just a warship, it's alive. It's protecting something, or someone. The alien floated closer, tension in its glow. You must leave, it said again, before it binds. Before it reveals the dangers hidden for centuries. But the explorer was already standing. He placed his hands firmly on the controls and whispered, I want to know everything. I want to see the truth. The warship pulsed brightly. Panels lit up across the chamber, and the low hum became a roar. The explorer's heart pounded, but he felt a strange clarity. The warship was alive, and somehow it had accepted him. He was no longer just an explorer. He was now part of something far bigger, something powerful and dangerous. Outside, the jungle remained silent, but the warship inside had awakened. The aliens watched in fear, their previous mockery gone, replaced. With caution and awe, the explorer realized that the world outside might never understand what he had found. And as he looked at the glowing panels, he knew one thing for certain. His life had changed forever. The hidden warship was alive, waiting, and now he was awake to its power. The explorer's hands trembled slightly as he studied the glowing panels. Symbols shifted under his fingers, revealing new paths, strange maps, and areas of the jungle he had never imagined. The warship seemed to respond to him, guiding his eyes to sections of the holographic display, as if it wanted him to understand its secrets. This is incredible, he whispered. It's showing me everything. The alien that had followed him hovered nearby, its glow dim but tense. Do not get too close, it warned. The warship shows truths. Some humans cannot handle them. You must be careful. I can handle it, the explorer said, though doubt flickered in his mind. I have to know. Why is it hidden? What are these markings? The alien shook its head slowly. This warship carries the history of a war long forgotten. Humans were never meant to see it. It's technology. It's knowledge. It is dangerous. Even touching it can change you. The explorer ignored the warning and traced his fingers along the panel. Suddenly, a soft click echoed, and a section of the wall slid open, revealing a small room filled with crates and devices. Some of them hummed softly, others glowed faintly with alien energy. What is all this? He whispered, stepping closer. Each crate seemed to contain weapons or tools shaped in ways that defied human design. He reached out to one of the devices, and a holographic projection shot into the air. Maps of planets, alien fleets, and battle zones floated around him, accompanied by symbols that pulsed like living light. The explorer's eyes widened. This is not just a warship hidden in the jungle. It's a command center. It controls something huge, the alien hissed, floating closer. I warned you. Do not touch these. You cannot control. What is here? You cannot understand it fully. I have to try, the explorer said. He leaned over the control panel, studying the holographic maps. Lines connected planets to zones on the jungle map, showing movements and strategies. Some points flickered red, others blue. These are battles, fleets, people fighting and hiding. The warship pulsed under his hands, vibrating softly. He realized that it wasn't just showing him a map. It was teaching him. Each line, each glowing symbol told a story of a war he had never known, a secret conflict hidden beneath the jungle canopy. Why hide all this? He asked aloud. Why keep it from the world? The alien hovered silently for a moment, then spoke. Because humans are fragile. Knowledge like this, power like this, it corrupts. The warship was hidden to protect everyone, including you. The explorer's gaze fell on a strange lever, glowing faintly on the side of the control panel. He hesitated. Something told him it could activate more of the ship, reveal more secrets. But another part of him feared what might happen. You will regret touching that, the alien warned. It is not meant to be used lightly. I need to understand, he said firmly. His hand moved toward the lever. The moment his fingers brushed it, the warship hummed loudly, vibrating under him. Panels lit up across the room, projecting more detailed holograms. Ships, weapons, battle strategies, all floated before his eyes. Some were human, others alien, but all connected in ways he could barely comprehend. The warship seemed alive, reacting to his mind, showing him only what it deemed necessary. A sudden rumble shook the floor beneath him. Lights flickered, casting long shadows across the chamber. The explorer stumbled back slightly, heart racing. It's waking up further, he whispered. The alien glowed brighter, alarmed. You must step back. You are not ready. These secrets are dangerous, too dangerous for a human mind. I can handle it, he said, voice firmer this time. I need to see it. I need to know the truth of this war and why it was hidden. Panels continued to flash, projecting faster sequences of holographic images. Entire fleets moved across. Alien maps and strange symbols pulsed in a rhythm that felt like a heartbeat. The explorer leaned closer, trying to follow the movements, feeling as if he could almost understand them. The alien floated silently, watching, as if hoping he would stop. This warship tests everyone who touches it. Many fail. Some lose. Their minds. You might survive, but it will change you forever. A new projection appeared. A strange device, unlike anything human, pulsing with energy. The explorer reached toward it, and the warship responded with a low hum that vibrated through his entire body. Knowledge, images, and faint whispers brushed his mind. He could see glimpses of battles, strategies, and hidden locations. But each vision carried a warning. Power could destroy as easily as it could protect. This is beyond anything I imagined, he whispered. It's not just a warship, it's a guardian. It protects something, and it trusts me somehow. The alien's glow flickered nervously. Trust is dangerous here. You must leave before. It binds you to its secrets. Once fully awakened, it will expect obedience, control, loyalty. The explorer nodded slowly. I understand the risk, he said, eyes fixed on the glowing maps. But I can't leave. Not now. I need to learn. I need to see the truth. A faint vibration ran through the floor, stronger than before. Panels on the walls lit up, projecting the jungle outside in real time, along with hidden structures and zones he could never have known existed. His pulse quickened. He realized that the warship was alive, guiding him, teaching him, but also warning him. You are treading dangerous ground, the alien said softly, voice edged with worry. Once you see all it reveals, your life will never be the same. You cannot undo this knowledge. I'm ready, the explorer whispered, placing his hands firmly on the central controls. I want to know everything. I want to uncover the hidden war. The warship pulsed brightly, the humming rising to a powerful resonance. The holograms expanded, showing the full extent of the secrets hidden for centuries. The explorer's heart raced. The jungle outside might seem peaceful, but inside the warship, the past, present, and power of an ancient war were awakening. And he was now a part of it. The alien floated silently, watching, its glow dim but tense. The explorer realized that this was only the beginning. The secrets of the warship were vast, dangerous, and alive, and now he was ready to face them. The explorer barely had time to catch his breath before a sudden alarm echoed through the hidden warship. Red lights flashed across the walls, and the hum of the machinery rose sharply, vibrating through his chest. He turned to see the aliens. At the entrance, their eyes glowing with fury and fear. "You've gone too far," one shouted, voice sharp and urgent. "You are not allowed to control it." "I have to see this through," the explorer yelled back. "I need to know the truth." Without warning, the warship vibrated violently. The floor shuddered beneath him, and panels slid open, revealing hidden compartments and strange machinery he had never noticed before. A low metallic roar filled the chamber. The explorer realized that the ship itself was alive, reacting to his presence, and something deep inside had awakened. The aliens hissed in alarm and darted forward. "Stop him! He cannot touch the controls!" one shouted, but the explorer was already moving. He grabbed a lever and a section of the wall slid open, revealing a narrow tunnel leading deeper into the jungle. "This way," he called, running toward the tunnel. The aliens pursued him, moving with surprising speed and agility through the tight space. The explorer's heart pounded as he sprinted, dodging vines and low-hanging branches. Every step echoed with the warship's low hum, and the metallic clangs from earlier grew louder, following him like a heartbeat. "You cannot escape," one of the aliens yelled, floating just behind him. "This ship will destroy you if you go further." "I'm not afraid," the explorer shouted, his legs pumping faster. He knew the jungle was dense, but he also knew paths and hidden clearings from his earlier explorations. He needed to reach one of them before the aliens caught him, or before the warship's power became uncontrollable. Branches whipped his face, and his boots slipped in the mud, but he pressed forward, guided by the glowing light from the ship. The narrow tunnel opened into a clearing, and he skidded to a stop, taking in the sight. The warship's metal surface shimmered under the dim sunlight, half covered by vines and foliage. He realized that the ship could move, or at least parts of it could, and that knowledge sent a thrill through him. The aliens landed at the edge of the clearing, their eyes burning with anger. "Stop now," one screamed. "You cannot take control of what belongs to us." "I'm not taking it," the explorer said, breathing heavily. "I'm trying to understand it. It belongs to everyone, not just you." Suddenly, a section of the warship opened, revealing a hidden ramp. The explorer ran toward it, and as he touched the surface, a low vibration ran through his hands. The warship seemed to recognize him, humming in response, almost like a heartbeat. "You're wrong," the alien hissed. "You do not belong here. You cannot survive what comes next." The explorer ignored the warning. He pressed a panel that had not activated before, and the ship shuddered, lifting slightly off the ground. Metal groaned as if stretching after centuries of sleep. The explorer's heart raced. He had just triggered the warship to move, and now it was responding to him. The aliens shrieked, backing away. "No, stop it! You cannot command it!" one yelled. "I can!" the explorer shouted. "It trusts me. It knows I won't misuse it." With a low hum, the warship moved forward, crushing vines and small trees beneath its weight. The explorer grabbed a lever and guided it through the jungle, dodging massive roots and fallen logs. The aliens tried to block his path, but the sheer size and power of the ship pushed them aside without harming them. "This is insane," he muttered, adrenaline pumping. "I can't believe this is real." The aliens regrouped and tried to attack from both sides, their glowing limbs reaching for controls they thought they could reclaim. The explorer ducked, twisted levers, and pressed buttons instinctively. The holographic displays inside the ship shifted rapidly, showing hidden zones, paths, and even the location of the aliens themselves. "They are faster than I thought," he said aloud, realizing the chase had become more dangerous than any jungle predator. "But I have the advantage now. I know where they are." Branches snapped, leaves rustled, and the aliens followed relentlessly. Every step through the dense jungle was a battle between speed, strategy, and the unpredictable movements of the massive warship. He felt the vibration of the ship beneath him, alive and responding to his fear and determination. "Stop!" one alien screamed, throwing a strange energy device at the warship. It struck the hull, but bounced off harmlessly, leaving only a faint scorch mark. "You cannot control it." "Yes, I can," the explorer shouted, focusing on the controls. "I will not let fear rule this." The chase continued deeper into the jungle, with twisting paths, hidden clearings, and narrow bridges over rivers. The warship's size and the explorer's knowledge of the terrain gave him a small advantage. He realized that the aliens were not only trying to stop him, but also to protect something he had yet to discover. At last, he reached a wide clearing where the sun broke through the dense canopy. He took a deep breath, surveying the area. The warship hummed strongly, almost celebrating its freedom. The aliens paused, watching him cautiously, knowing they had underestimated his courage and the bond he seemed to share with the ship. You have survived," one of the aliens muttered. Its glow flickered nervously. "No human has ever controlled it like this, or even come this far." "I'm not done yet," the explorer said, breathing heavily. "I need to know its secrets. I need to understand the warship and why it was hidden." The aliens looked at each other silently, tension in the air. The explorer realized he had passed a threshold. He had survived the chase, gained the trust of the warship, and now the jungle itself seemed to watch him. The warship's hum grew louder, vibrating through the clearing, resonating with the jungle and the explorer alike. He had faced the chase, survived the danger, and stepped closer to uncovering the hidden truth that had been protected for centuries. And as he stared into the dense jungle, he knew one thing: the real challenge, the real war, was only about to begin. The explorer stood at the edge of the clearing, the hidden warship humming softly beneath his feet. Its metal surface gleamed faintly in the fading sunlight, and the jungle seemed to hold its breath. He had survived the chase, earned the ship's trust, and now the final truth awaited him. "This is it," he whispered to himself. "I need to know everything." The alien that had followed him hovered nearby, its glow dim but tense. "Once you go further," it said, voice low, "you cannot turn back. The truth is not for the faint of heart. Are you certain?" "I am," the explorer said, gripping the controls firmly. "I've come too far to stop now." The alien tilted its head, watching him carefully. "Very well, but do not say I did not warn you." With a deep breath, he pressed a panel at the center of the warship. A low rumble echoed through the jungle as a section of the hull opened, revealing a hidden chamber. Inside, lights flickered across strange machinery and holographic maps, showing battle zones, alien fleets, and secret installations he had never imagined. "It's massive," he whispered. "It's been hiding here all this time, waiting." The warship hummed, almost in approval, and a soft glow projected a holographic image of a massive alien fleet moving through the stars. The explorer's eyes widened. "They were planning something huge," he murmured. "Not just a war here on Earth, but across planets." The alien floated closer, its voice urgent. "This is why humans were never meant to see it. The warship contains knowledge that can change worlds. You must be careful. One wrong move, and everything could end." "I understand," the explorer said, though his mind raced. "But I have to see it. I need to know why it was hidden, why the aliens mocked me, and what this warship was protecting." The ship's controls pulsed beneath his fingers, guiding him to a series of glowing symbols. When he touched them, a low vibration ran through his body, and a map of the jungle appeared in three-dimensional detail. Hidden bunkers, underground tunnels, and alien observation points blinked in soft blue light. This is incredible," he whispered. "They've been watching this jungle for decades, maybe centuries." The alien hissed, tension in its glow. "Yes, and some humans would misuse it. But you seem different. The warship trusts you, though you are human." The explorer studied the maps, piecing together the movements of alien forces and the placement of hidden weapons. Suddenly, a holographic projection appeared, a figure human in shape but with alien technology integrated into its body. It moved with purpose, controlling fleets and issuing commands across distant worlds. Who is that?" he whispered. "That," the alien said slowly, "is a guardian. One who ensures that the warship's secrets remain safe. It was hidden not just to protect Earth, but to protect balance across galaxies." The explorer swallowed hard. "So, the aliens mocked me to test me, to see if I was worthy of the truth." The alien nodded. "Yes, few humans would survive the journey. Few would gain the warship's trust. You have proven yourself. But the final test is understanding, not survival." The warship pulsed. Brighter and more panels lit up, showing records of ancient battles, strategies, and secrets of energy weapons far beyond human science. The explorer felt overwhelmed, but he forced himself to focus. Each hologram told a story, each symbol held meaning, and slowly he began to understand the scale of what had been hidden. "They weren't just hiding a warship," he whispered. "They were hiding knowledge, power, a responsibility." The alien floated beside him, watching silently. "Yes, and now that you know, you must decide what to do with it. Use it wisely, or it will destroy you and those around you." Suddenly, a distant rumble shook the chamber. The warship responded, lights flickering across the walls. Something deep inside it had awakened fully, as if sensing that its secrets were finally being revealed. "You feel that?" the explorer asked. "It's alive. It's aware." "Yes," the alien said softly, "and it will remember you. The warship chooses those who can wield its knowledge. You have been chosen, or perhaps tested." The explorer took a deep breath and stepped closer to the central console. Panels displayed strategies, battle zones, and energy flows through planets. He realized the warship held both the potential to destroy and the potential to protect entire worlds. His hands hovered over the controls, understanding the weight of responsibility now resting on him. "I won't misuse it," he whispered. "I will protect it, and the knowledge it holds." The alien's glow softened, a sign of approval. "Then you are ready. But remember, the jungle, the warship, the secrets, they are not safe. Many would try to claim them if they knew. You must guard it well." The explorer nodded. His heart raced with a mix of fear and exhilaration. "I understand. I'm ready to face whatever comes next. I will protect this secret and the truth it holds." The warship pulsed one final time, a soft hum that resonated through the clearing and the jungle beyond. The explorer felt a bond forming between him and the ship, a silent understanding that he was now part of something far greater than himself. The aliens hovered silently at the edge of the clearing, watching him with cautious respect. They had tested him, mocked him, and now they recognized his courage and determination. The explorer stepped back from the controls, taking in the full view of the chamber. The holographic maps displayed both the jungle and the hidden battles across distant worlds. He realized that his life, and perhaps the fate of Earth itself, had changed forever. "This is only the beginning," he whispered. "The secrets are safe, for now, and I will make sure they remain so." Outside, the jungle was quiet. The warship rested, humming softly, hidden beneath the foliage. But inside, knowledge, power, and history had been awakened. The explorer smiled, knowing he had uncovered a hidden truth far beyond imagination, and that the jungle would never be the same again.